Hey, so I'm here and I'm doing our Woman Full of Soul mini episode today. Um, the focus really is on joy and choosing joy. So, one of the things that a lot of women and a lot of people, not just women, do is they continue to push themselves and push themselves and push themselves down this path that does not bring them joy, is not joyful to them, does not fill them up, leaves them completely beyond empty, and they struggle with themselves a lot. Usually in these moments, it's because someone has placed that pressure on them, or they just feel the pressure from the outside. And sometimes they started it in joy, other times they didn't. But in the times that they started it in joy, because they may have been so involved in it, or not taking a break from it, or constantly trying to move forward in it or create the change in it, or there's a million different scenarios. But because of that, they can get stuck, right? You can get stuck if that happens. So in those moments, always turn back to joy. Turn back to what really makes you happy and brings you joy. Allow yourself to be refilled with that. Or if you're away from that, like if you're away from that, then focus on that and it will come back to you. It will come back to you. Allow yourself that time to be refilled and renewed. Every single person on the face of the planet needs time to renew. It's part of who we are. It's part of the way we are made. It's part of God's intention for our life. God's intention wasn't for us to be on go all the time. God's intention wasn't for us to do everything out of fear or hurry or hustle or anxiety or stress, right? The point was, and still is, for us to have joy, for us to do what makes us joyful, and to be the person that is filled with joy, right? That's one reason why God gave us the gifts and talents that we have. Sometimes we deal with hard topics. Sometimes we are overcoming major challenges, but that shouldn't be every single day. That's not how we were made. And that is one reason and one way illness happens. That's one way that people's immune systems are brought down, and then they contract different things or end up with different illnesses, or end up, getting a cold, all these different things. So stay in joy. And when you find yourself away from that, turn back to that. And I'm referring to deep inner joy here. I'm not referring to like some superficial concept of it. It's what really brings you deep inner joy and really is part of who you are and the way that you're made, right? So make sure that you're taking downtime for you. Go outside and get into nature for a little bit. That can always help you to rechannel yourself, to bring yourself back to joy and recognizing that joy that's in you, or pulling that joy back out, or uncovering it again, and really tapping into joy again and allowing it to really fill you so that you can be more wonderfully the person that you are and the person that you are made to be. There's a lot of things in the world today that can try to steal our joy and take our joy away from us. That's not at all what God intended for us. At all. We are to be filled with joy every day and giving glory and praise to God. That's why we're here. So we were made for that purpose. That's one reason why Pope Francis labeled one of his writings the joy of the gospel. So allow yourself to be opened up, even if you don't believe in, Christianity. Allow yourself to be opened up and experience joy again. Allow yourself to stay in those moments of joy and say yes to joy. Say yes to it. Be happy to say the yes to it, because that's really what it's all about. It's really about that deep inner joy and spreading and giving joy to others. That's really what it is. That's one of the ways that we are majorly called to give. To give. So take some time for yourself today and re-energize and focus on joy. Let go of all that stress, anxiety, and worry, because it's not worth it at all. And once you begin to refocus on that joy, everything will begin to shift and change in a beautiful and positive way. That's it. That's it for today. Ciao, and arrivederci.